Hello, welcome to the Humanity Leadership Podcast. I'm David Wheatley, and we're here to talk all things leadership. Well, welcome back to the Humanity Leadership Podcast. We've taken a little bit of a summer hiatus just to give a bit of a break and also to reformat a little bit. One of the things I stopped and was thinking about was trying to find the right value in the right place amongst a very busy marketplace of podcasts. So this week's episode will be a little bit different. I have no guest. I have some information that I'm hoping is useful. It's a good reminder for those that are familiar with Humanity's practice and tools. It should be something that's familiar and a good connection. For those who aren't, I'm hoping it's useful. So welcome back to the new, slightly shorter format, slightly less other people talking format of the Humanity Leadership Podcast. What I wanted to share today is something we call the balance chair. And if you were to draw a box and divide it into 4 quadrants, this is what balance is all about. And I hear people talking about work-life balance and things like that, but I find that there's 4 quadrants to balance that really make for the most important calibrated individual. So the boxes are all evenly spaced, and in one of them I put work. And what I mean by work is that meaningful stuff that you do to contribute to the community. Whether that's paid or not, it's something that's meaningful and better for the greater good. In the second box, I put family. And family is not necessarily just the blood relatives, it's the people you see as family, the people who you have strong and good connections with that you want to maintain and grow. So are you spending the right time with them is the question of the second quadrant. The third quadrant is self. Are you looking after yourself? Are you getting your 8 hours sleep? Are you getting your exercise and activity? Are you eating right? So are you physically looking after yourself? Because this is important too. And it's quite often an area that gets neglected when we get too busy in some of the other quadrants. And the fourth and final quadrant is that of spirit. And spirit is whatever it is that re-energizes you spiritually. Some people go to church, temple, mosque, wherever that may be, and they read the good book from wherever their path is. And that's the thing that realigns them and triggers them. Other people, they go for a walk in the woods, or they go for a run or a bike ride. And that's that place that when they unplug and they stop and they're thinking, that just re-energizes their spirit. For me, it's quite often the outdoors, whether I be on a river or in the woods. I just enjoy that forest bathing or just being in the wilderness and being at one a little bit with the environment. And that's the thing that re-energizes my spirit. It's where that really comes from. So you take these 4 quadrants and you should have something in each of these quadrants on a regular basis. Because the problem is if you don't, then you're unbalanced. And the reason I turned this into a chair, imagine the 4 legs of a chair. If you're missing one of them, you can probably still use that chair and you can still maintain a level, but it doesn't take very much. Just slight tip, slight bit of wind for you to blow over and the whole thing's on the floor. You remove 2 of them, then yes, again, you might possibly be able to still stay balanced on that chair. But now you're really working hard. It's exhausting and it's draining, and it doesn't take much at all for you to fall over. You exhaust 3 of them, you've basically got a stick stuck somewhere that you don't particularly want it. So that's not helpful at all. So the key to keeping a balanced life is to have something in each of those 4 quadrants on a regular basis that maintains and calibrates yourself. A lot of the clients I see, they push too much into the work at different times at the cost of family relationships, health, or just their central spirit, who they are, their energy. And you can see it draining out of them. I'll attach the model into the program notes if you want to have a look at it. If you can't find it there, then don't hesitate to reach out. But I wanted to share the balance chair with you. Send me a note. I can send you it. We can talk some more. And feel free to put comments on the podcast notes or wherever you get this in the YouTube site to say what you're doing in each of those 4 quadrants to make sure that you stay calibrated and balanced. You've been listening to the Humanity Leadership Podcast. I'm David Wheatley, and we're brought to you by the book, What Great Teams Do Great, available now at all good bookstores. Thanks to Brian Spencer and Finkel for the music. Please share any feedback and suggestions. I'm available through humanity.com. And go to iTunes, like, subscribe, and leave us a review so that other people can find us. In the meantime, until next time we meet, stay healthy.